Part 4. Assessment. Read with Area 2 in copper.
Part 4, very fast Assessment, lepas tu part 5, 6 tu dia lebih sikit dia kurang. Okay, assessment a few things, right? Should have formative, must align to both CLO and PLO candidate to pass both continuous and final assessment. Okay, in core courses, and you have to decide what is a pass. Okay? But to put things simple, a pass is achieve the set outcomes. A pass means lulus learning outcome. Okay. Markah kita tak tengok sangat It's learning outcome at the end of the day when you talk about outcome-based education. Markah is a way for us to get to rate whether how good is the pass and how bad is the pass. Everyone achieve the learning outcome, but how good is the achievement? Whether it's a poor achievement or very strong achievement. Alright. So I think adakah penilaian akhir hanya dalam bentuk peperiksaan itu dalam FAQ FAQ MQA? Tidak. Okay, we say you must have final assessment kan? Okay, ada final assessment So in this, I think in jadual ni, final assessment mesti ada 40 to 70% for all core courses. Okay. And kita telah memberikan nota di sini. Masih ada orang tanya. Dalam otak kita, final assessment kita link dengan final exam. Final assessment bukan final exam saja. Final exam is for theory course where you have to go to the hall and sit to answer. Kalau clinical course, final examnya ialah OSCE. Kalau kursus itu kursus praktikal, final examnya OSPI. Kalau kursus itu latihan industri, final examnya ialah self-reflective report. Betul ya? Kalau dia pergi clinical placement, final examnya adalah mungkin viva for clinical examination. Kalau dia pergi buat LI, final exam can be a seminar. Dia kena datang balik apa dia belajar. So that is we call final assessment. Okay. I hope you understand. Or else you akan tulis lah macam-macam ke NQA, keluar surat khabar. Semua kursus kena tu, jadi you mesti huru-hara. Because you don't read. So you don't read, you refer to table 12. Final assessment means it can be exam, conventional, it can be in other forms kalau the nature of the course is different. Alright. So I hope this clear. So we put in the standard juga kena ada assessment specification table. Must have kena tunjukkan soalan anda telah cover semua bidang. Or we call JPU lah, kata JPU lah, AST lah. Must have vetting mechanism. Mesti ada mekanisme vetting soalan. Okay. Mesti ada table yang tunjukkan tajuk ni diuji apa, diuji oleh ujian ke, pembentangan ke, tajuk ni uji dengan assignment ke, tajuk ni uji dalam mana ke, itu panggil assessment specific table. Tajuk ni objektif berapa soalan ke, tajuk ni subjektif berapa soalan, etc. lah. Ladies and gentlemen, you can have many different forms, but syaratnya mesti ada. Another one, mesti ada vetting committee on the kesesuaian soalan. Because at the end of the day, you certified student and you bagi A. Okay. The thing is public confidence. Public confidence will say, oh, your student cannot talk. Betul kah? Then we must have things to verify. Okay. So we want the process quality assurance in examination setting to be proper. So a vetting mechanism must have. So you must have vetting committee. This has been done by us both already. So don't worry. So the compliance focus will be on those things, I think. Okay. We highlight again in clinical practice, clinical competency. They must be objective assessment untuk memastikan dia boleh atau tidak. So that's why rubric is very important. Whether this student can pass the speech therapy punya clinical practice ke, this one can pass forensic punya crime scene investigation, this one can pass hematology practical. Because at the end of the day, they will straight away go to the lab and work in some places. So we have to ensure that the competency atau clinical lab competency is assured, is certain. Alright. Policy and on AI usage, ini juga kita discuss a lot. Okay. So there are possible situation of AI use in assessment. I think among us pun ada yang kata tak boleh kan. Some of you are still in number 1, itu tahun 84. Okay. Can be used specific way in tahun lepas. Today, AI shall be permitted and encouraged. Okay. So it depends. So when AI is encouraged, so there's more salin daripada ChatGPT. So you have to have a different way of assessment. Okay. So they do not produce what ChatGPT told them and cut and paste to you. So it has to be a different way of assessment punya regime atau strategy. Okay, you have to do that, and we require you to have a redesign of conventional assessment. Okay, conventional assessment. Okay, go to open book, higher order thinking question, project based learning, conduct in class assessment terus, so that dia tak pergi ke Google dia. Okay, so you can do that. So what are the alternate assessment? You boleh baca buku Farah ni. If anyone go and get Farah's book and read. Right. Percentage of continuous assessment and final assessment is in the core courses. Demonstrate lah. I think I mentioned this. Okay. The type of assessment are suggested only. You can have a variation of different types of assessment format. You can have MCQ, SEQ, LEQ, whatever, depending on the field of to Malaysia Allied. Your internet ke our internet ya? Okay, saya dah stop lah. Okay, alright, stop lah because okay, alright, okay, sure. It's okay. I think suara putus-putus tak apa. I think we were not stingy to share lah things. Later on, I think I will discuss dengan sekretariat untuk kita buat recorded lecture yang lebih proper, and then lecture pula. Sorry, not lecture, a session, and then share to you lah, and with the PowerPoint if you need that. Okay, so I just want to ensure that untuk mix mod program, you kena ada checklist. Alright, some example. Saya guna mic ni. Ni nak habis bateri. Is the mic okay? Okay, maybe habis bateri. I use this mic. Is it okay ladies and gentlemen? Can you give a thumbs up kalau saya dah tukar mic ni? Okay, good. Tadi saya klik kat apa lagu ni maybe habis bateri. Alright, good. Thank you. Sorry Okay. So untuk mixed mode program ataupun postgraduate program, if you are okay. So some people ask me if I am offering master in biomedic. Master in biomedic, ikut program standard mana? Program standard ni lah. Tapi cuma the ibu is MQA, not the ibu, sorry. The body yang buat accreditation is by MQA. Simply because the master program in biomedic has not been used as the qualification for registration. So same thing. If you offer master in forensic science ada program standard, still hantar ke MQA. MQA will refer to this buku whether your master program mixed mode ni ikut tak. Alright. So we spell out some other do's and don'ts for program master and PhD as well. Alright. Okay, must ensure academic integrity to adhere with AI used in assessment. So please, this mentioned twice in program standard. Right. Jadi ini penting lah. Okay, we will look at what is the policy in AI usage, especially untuk FYP. FYP atau dissertation in master program ataupun PhD program. What's the policy of AI usage? Okay, so some students they produce a very good thesis, but it is at all unknown whether the thesis is produced by HEP atau someone written by someone or pelajar tu memang pandai, right? Therefore, your assessment, your policy kena ada. Whether assessment will be heavy on the defense session ataupun on thesis. Because some of us give a lot of marks on thesis. Wah, thesis kita tahu, ChatGPT boleh buat, you still give 70 marks, right? And Viva dia kantoi, tambah-tambah dia lulus. And then now you might have the other way around, the thesis just because of the effort bagi 30 markah. Then the Viva bagi 70 markah. So this is a way, again, we say accountability is and autonomy is back to the university lah. Alright. Okay, external assessor must be involved in the review at the management of assessment, and you must act on the finding of the review. Ini adalah 2.3.5. This is a mandatory clause apabila kita datang audit. Ini COPPA punya clause. You must involve these people. Okay, external assessor is a second examiner on your process, on your soalan, on your thesis, on your final year project, on your rubrics. He is the expert in the field to see whether the examination system, the what they call the management, the formative assessment cukup ke, type of assessment sesuai ke, methodology sesuai ke, effective of the program betul ke. So he is the person who will come and review this area. We found out many of you who invited this external examiner, dia akan tengok bilik cukup tak, PLO cukup tak. Itu bukan kerja external examiner. The focus of external examiner is on this part. Okay? Because external examiner yang kita gunakan istilah external assessor is more on academic matters. Is to see whether your assessment, your teaching adakah sah for the student to be given a first class honor ataupun second class apa, etc. Okay? And this should be the focus rather than tengok library tak elok. Tengok laporan itu, library dia tak cukup. Memang tak cukup, we kena tegur. But this shouldn't be the focus. The focus should be on the cara assessment tu, cara pemakahan, cara betting, etc. Okay? Because we want the student to be assessed. Simply because apa? Di universiti, saya yang buat khusus, saya yang mengajar, saya buat soalan, saya yang tanda. So dia ada apa? Dia ada conflict of interest. Dan at the end, I bagi student tu A atau C. Okay. Dia dinampakkan kita macam conflict of interest. So but we call ourselves professional. So now, and kita kata get someone to look at lah, betul ke kan? So basically there is a process and this increase public confidence on CJ yang kita keluarkan.